Hey everybody, this is Brian for Maximum Libertarian. If you haven't already, please make sure you click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, follow us on the other video platforms on Odyssey or Rumble. Then you can get all the news that we talk about today over on our Getter account or Twitter account at WeAreMaxLib. All right, let's get into it. I was over on Getter, and I was just looking around, and Marjorie Taylor Greene, she has released something. She has put a bill up and she needs people to call in to have your representative, if you don't live in her area, to co-sponsor the bill. She can't sit on a committee because her ideas are too radical, and so all she could do is vote. And she has put up this bill that will make it more transparent about how your representative votes for a bill. So now let's go to the article and we can do more deep dive of what's inside of this bill. Examiner. Headline reads, "No more hiding. Marjorie Taylor Greene demands transparency in House votes. Voice votes, voting by proxy, and voting present would be banned under a sweeping call for transparency in House votes pushed by Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. Greene, who is only allowed to vote on the House floor because Democrats banned her from sitting on committees today, offered legislation aimed at better informing the nation how members vote, while also forcing members to take a public position on everything that comes before the chamber. They shouldn't hide everything. Should be transparent," Greene said. In this interview, she also said she was dismayed on how often business on the House floor was approved by voice vote. She also was surprised by the number of members simply voting present, which is a neutral vote, or have others vote for them, a practice started 2 years ago when the coronavirus was raging. The Democrats, real quick, they kicked her off all of her committees because some of her ideas are controversial. It gave her time to study the House floor instead. And Greene didn't like how it operated. She often demanded recorded votes when Democratic leaders hoped instead for a quick voice vote. She did this 3 times on Monday. She even has a name for the core group of House Republicans and Democrats who control the voting, the Uniparty. She said for too long, the Uniparty in Congress has escaped accountability for actions that destroyed America's way of life by passing legislation in an empty chamber with no members on record. Well, if she's shocked by that, she should just look over at a third party. Libertarians, Greens, constitutionalists, if you're just running as an independent. Her legislation, the Congressional Voting Accountability Act, which is likely to be blocked by the Democratic majority, would end voice and proxy voting and require yes or no. Voting present would no longer be a choice. She's already gained 3 co-sponsors. She hopes all members return to Washington now that the coronavirus is ending, but added that her plan would force them back, especially the handful who have been out of town for nearly 2 years. This whole crisis. It's critical for a country that the people have the right information about the individuals they elect to represent them. It is the time that we put people over politicians, and the Congressional Voting Accountability Act helps do just that, Greene added. It's just the right thing to do. All right, there you go, my friends. I'm not sitting here saying that Marjorie Taylor Greene is this wonderful person in the House of Representatives, but what I am saying is that's a really good bill, and I think we should get behind it. She's currently in power, so if you're a libertarian saying, well, she's a crazy right-wing nutcase, that's a really good bill. And I would have to ask you, what's really crazy? Voting for someone like that who's putting up a transparency bill, or voting time and time again for an individual who has done nothing except done insider trading, has used their position to get their children jobs in the Ukraine, and or should we vote for someone like Marjorie Taylor Greene? I don't know. I think I'm going to stick with the crazy ones, because the ones that aren't crazy, I think they're really crazy because they like war, they like debt, and they like standing on you and holding you down. So, all right, kids. Now, once again, if you've made it this far, click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, follow us on all of our wonderful social media sites, and share this message with your family and friends. And after you do that, call your congressman and tell them, co-sponsor this bill. Until next time, my friends, I'm Brian with Maximum Libertarian, and I will see you later.